Good morning and sliding afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen in San Antonio, Texas. And yes, I am feeling a lot better than I did Monday of this week. So today we're going to be making an alternative from the Meaningful Flowers kit that we did on Sunday. Sunday we did what was in the kit, an alternative, and I'm going to show you those in case you missed it. And then we're making an alternative today from the envelope. There's so many different ways you can do a card from the envelope, and they've got pretty inside the envelope, right? So with that, let's go down the hands and let's get started, right? So here's what we set up here and made on Sunday. These two were actually in the kit, and if you notice, the sentiment is stamped here and it's tucked right in here. So this is they've been putting out some very unique kits if you have not noticed. This one here, the sentiment is right here. We did this to sit there and take a picture. But there you go, forget-me-nots. And if you missed it on Sunday, this kit gives you the meaning behind them, forget-me-not flowers. And this was, you notice, love, devotion, and memories. And this one's the lotus flowers. It's all about to represent strength, resilience, and wisdom. So it gives you just the story behind each of the flowers and the different cultures. I really like this. And this was the alternative we created on Sunday. So today, we are going to focus on the envelopes. So when you take the envelopes and just cut off the edges, if you notice the front has a flower here too, on both of the envelopes. If you intend, check it out, you don't have the kit. You can most try to get the refills, but you'd have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, right? So you can stop and start as you want. But this is what the envelopes are when I sit there and cut them open. All right, so I just want to show you, so you can see there's a lot of stuff to work with. We always cut off the sticky part here at the top, and then I'm using the body of this, and I'm saving the leftovers to create some more stuff with for you and for us. So let me set that aside because I've already cut mine up, and I've already got the samples. So what I have done, this is what I just showed you, and this was cut down to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. Not sure if you can see that or not. Anyway, I did write it down. You might can zoom in and see it. And this piece I have sized down to 3 by 3 1/4 because I love the designs of both and I want to show them both. And I'm just going to put this up on dimensionals. Now, we don't have cardstock here, so I grabbed some coordinating cardstock that is listed. So if you ever want to know, on the instructions that come in these kits here, they always list on back. And this is what I send my customers. I send them coordinating cardstock that's right down here, and let you know the coordinating Stampin' Up colors. So I just send them, my customers, each of these. They get this is a 5 1/2 by 8 1/4. No, it's 8 1/2, 8 1/2, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 cardstock. So every one of my customers gets one of these to sit there and make alternatives or do what they want. So today we're going to use this as the background. Now we're not going to see much of it, because I really liked what was on the inside and I wanted to be able to use this as much as possible, but it's not going to perfectly fit, right? Because the way the shape of the envelope. So it's just going to show a little bit of the blue, and I'm okay with that. So we are going to put this down. We're just going to go ahead and use my tape runner, and yes, I am covering that up. It's pretty, but I wanted to just show you how you can use the envelope to just make a beautiful card. And I have quite a number of friends and family who are September babies that are going to be needing birthday cards. So I think this is really pretty. I need to sit in the envelope. So I'm just making sure I'm covering this from edge to edge. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Let's see, and I don't have it quite there. So let me come back on this side here. So that's a nice thing. If I'm doing it from edge to edge, I can sit there and just do one side. Come on, this in here. If I have to trim the other side, I will. Okay. So I'm just going to come right here. I know the very, very top point isn't going to make it, right? Because it's a curved envelope and it's flat. But I wanted to be able to get this right. So if to trim a little, I'll trim a little. Okay. I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. So see how it's just a little bit larger. So all I'm going to do is just take my scissors. Okay. When you're making a card for someone, they don't really know, right? Unless you're making a video and they watch the video. Otherwise, they don't know. All they know is you take the time to make a beautiful card for them on their birthday. Now, so it wasn't quite as wide as I thought. So again, I'll just come down with my trimmer a little later and I'll just trim that whole side. as a result, then what I'm going to do, so that's another way to do it. Again, we can just trim. We can trim the bottom down here all the way across a smidgen, and we can do a smidgen on the side here, and we can get that right there. So the width of the envelope is the width of the envelope. I can't change that. So this is the actual card base that was in the kit, and I sized it down to 3 by 3 1/4. Now we are going to put that on with some dimensionals. And I just had those, yep. And so we're going to put it on with dimensionals, and then I'm just going to stamp a tag. And because we're using, yes, we're covering that up. Because we are using cardstock that is not white, right, or a very vanilla, we're going to need to put some white on the inside of it to be able to put a sentiment, right, or stamp a flower, whatever. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So I'm just going to put this together. I'm just going to put it right here in the center because I really wanted to capture all the pretty paper from the envelope and the greenery and all, and then I wanted the prettiness of this right here too, and I'll use the scraps. We always use the scraps, right? And we're going to have to put some bling on here, but I'm not going to do the bling, but let's just go ahead and stamp our tag. Our tag is going to be a little bit longer too, but we're going to hand stamp it. And I chose, we're going to change the color. Since I used the blue cardstock, I decided to go ahead and get to Heat and Tide. We do have these in the ink spot from previous kits, but I usually give those away as door prizes, so I just went and grabbed my ink pad. This is what I like to do, right? I sit up there and I give more than one kit a month because of the fact I use it between doing all the alternatives for you. And so I end up with extra stamp sets and stuff. So that's what I save them for. I give my ink spots and the stamp sets to other people, right? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to put this on here, but I'm going to trim it just a little. And then I'm just going to use this as my guide to create what the edge is going to look like, my flag. So let me get this right here cut off. I'm going to trim it off right here. And then we're going to make a flag, just like the tip is there. So all I'm going to do is come down here and use it basically as my cutting guide tool. Right here. So, you know, people say, well, I don't know how to do it. Okay, but take something that you do like and just copy it like I'm doing right now. So I don't have to know how to do it, right? I just use the flag that was there as an example. And you get that one quite as pointy as I thought, but that's okay. We'll just do it at an angle a little bit more. So it's all about angles, right? So I'll just do that there, and I'll pull that out, and I'll have it, right? Okay, so I'm going to just put this up here with dimensionals. And then we're just going to add our bling. And we're pretty much done except whatever we do on the inside. So it's just a nice, that's what I love about the kits. They're just a nice and easy way to make alternatives. It's just a nice and easy way to make cards. And you can take it with you wherever you go. That makes it even nicer. So I'm just going to put this right here in the middle. I think it looks really nice. It looks very springy, really, in some respects, right? And I'm just going to put my bling. We're just going to put some bling around here. Put some up here. And another one up here. And then I'll put a couple down here. And I think we're good. We just, like I said, have to do the part for the middle. So there we go. I'm just going to put those right there. Now, for the inside of the card, I've got my white piece of 4 by 5 1/4, so it's going to go in here just like this. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to take the flowers that are in the stamp set. We already did the sentiment on the outside, so I'm just going to add some flowers. And I got to make sure I got enough ink there so we can see it. And I'm just going to stamp it here, and then I'm going to color it. Okay. And there we go. So we can just color the inside of our card. And I'll clean that in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and put this down on the inside. And I didn't bring any pencils per se or anything to color with. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and at least color the inside of the flowers with a blue, right? just be like on the outside of the envelopes itself, and I'll show you that again. You could leave it black and white if you want. Right, it's all a personal choice. But it is really nice when you can color the insides. So here's the flowers on the outside. They're just dainty little blue flowers, right? With a little yellow in the middle. So I don't have all those colors with me at the moment. But I'm going to at least go ahead and color the blue in, alright? So you might have seen me do, you should have seen me do this before. I've done this many times, but we're going to do it again. I'm just going to take my ink pad, and I'm going to take the corner of my ink pad. This is the one I just stamped with a minute ago. And I'm just going to get ink on the corner of it there. You can see that. And I'm going to use that to grab some color and color the flowers. So I'm just going to take and just dab it in there. So, it's like a watercolor, right? Because it's water-based. I'll have to decide which green I want to use in here. I'd have to look on the thing what color greens they recommended. But, you don't have to think about it. That's the nice thing about this, is all you got to do is look on the instructions, or the back of the instructions. It tells you what coordinating colors. So I'll have to put some yellow in the middle. But at least we can get some blue on here right now. At least get part of the forget-me-nots going here. And then it's just a matter of stamping whatever sentiment you want to stamp on the inside, right? That's all it is. And then if you looked Wednesday, I think I did do some watercoloring. Okay, so I just added some blue here. And then I can come back and add some yellow and anything else want to add on. But main thing is you can always add color by using your ink from your ink pads. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's just how simple it is to create a card, right? So when people say, it's hard or whatever, it's not. That's why we do this on Fridays, to be able to show you how you can simply make a card. Now, we're going to trim this off just a little bit. And I'll just use my paper trimmer because that's the quickest and easiest way. So, we're going to come here. Put this right above my other stuff. And all I'm going to do is where it's slightly off. Can you see that? I'm just taking where it's slightly off. And I'm just going to come down the whole thing. It looks like I might have to do it one more time because I just did one layer. But that's okay. We'll do the same thing. Apparently I did not put enough pressure behind that. But that time I think I did. And I'll just trim this off right here so I don't do that one more time. Okay. So you can see I had to just do it just a little bit. And then I'll do the same thing here. So if you're one of those people that bothers you, I personally could have sent this out and it would have been just fine with me, but I'm showing you just in case. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? If it's not exactly how you want it, that's fine. Just finish, get it where you want it, and then come back. If you need to clean up some edges to make yourself happier, and just clean up the edges. Okay, so when I did that, I left a little bit of blue right there, but it's all the way down. And again, if you wanted a little bit more off, then just take a little bit more off. That's just how simple it is. It's taking my envelope off too. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, so there we go. Oh, it didn't go through the back one. That's what it is. All right, then fine. Then I would just go ahead and trim it. So again, I didn't put enough weight behind it to cut it all the way through. But you see how it is? I thought I still had blue, but it was blue from the back. So it's okay. Just come down. I'm going to trim it like this. And there you go. So like I said, don't sweat the small stuff. It's small stuff. The main thing is we've got a beautiful card we've created for somebody. And they're going to get it. So it's all about creating, sharing, and giving, and making a difference in someone else's life, right? So that's one thing I like about Paper Pumpkin is that it's just very easy to create an alternative from the box itself or from the envelopes like we did today, or you can add some cardstock. But it's just very simple to make, right? So there's no reason why you can't go out there, create, share, and give, and touch someone's life by making a difference and giving them a card. It doesn't matter if it's a birthday card. It doesn't matter if it's just thinking about you card, right? anything you do, a person will be thrilled that you took the initiative to think about them, actually make something, and give it to them. So go out there, create, share, and give. And I hope you enjoyed today. And if you did, be sure to follow us here on Facebook, also on YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. We're working hard to get our YouTube to 1,000. So anything you can do to help out, we would deeply appreciate that. With that, be blessed and look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. Bye.